for Cuomo prime time.
All of this talk of the holidays has given me an idea, though, how we can break through all of the noise on the far right. Perhaps you know somebody in your family, somebody in your neighborhood, who needs a little more than Christmas cheer. They need the truth, gift wrapped, just for them. Consider putting together a little folder of articles. Here's mine. I've got an Associated Press story in here reporting that they found fewer than 475 cases of voter fraud in the battleground states that helped decide the 2020 election. Plenty of other great CNN articles in here as well. If you have kids, you can have them decorate the folder. On the cover of mine, I have the Fox News Christmas tree. There it is, along with some photos of Sean, Laura, and Brian. And don't forget Tiny Tucker. He's right there.
Sorry, this has actually never happened to me.
So when your relatives start going on about how the election was stolen, just calmly hand them this Yuletide folder. Feel free to personalize it with how you celebrate this time of year. And in the meantime, send me some of your photos of your folders. So if you make one like this, tweet a picture at me and we'll feature them on the show.
Fake news. CNN.
This is CNN, home of fake news.
Because they are the fake, disgusting news.
Jim Acosta.
The president was lashing out at Twitter just a few moments ago, saying that he's not going to stand for Twitter, as he describes it, interfering in the 2020 election. His campaign manager, Brad Parscale, said that they saw this coming, that Silicon Valley would pull out all the stops to prevent the president from getting his message out. The White House press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany, was putting out tweets just a short while ago trying to establish a claim between mail-in balloting and widespread voter fraud when there isn't a proven connection. Anderson, this has been going on for some time now. This is one of the president's oldest lies. It goes all the way back to the 2016 campaign. He explained that the reason why he lost the popular vote to Hillary Clinton was because of undocumented immigrants voting in the 2016 election.
3 million votes in the U.S. presidential election were cast by illegal aliens, according to Greg Phillips of the VoteFraud.org organization. We have verified more than 3 million votes cast by non-citizens, tweeted Phillips, after reporting that the group had completed an analysis of a database of 180 million voter registrations. We don't just have to beat the candidate, but we have to beat the voter fraud as well. And with further verification of this information, it would prove that Donald Trump not only won the Electoral College vote, but absolutely crushed criminal Hillary Clinton in the national popular vote count, since we know that illegal immigrants are certainly not voting for Trump.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business.
You are fake news. Media outlets like CNN and MSNBC are fake news.
We should point out he established a voter fraud commission to find widespread voter fraud. That commission produced no evidence of widespread voter fraud.
You are fake news.
We should point out he established a voter fraud commission. That commission produced no evidence of widespread voter fraud.
President Trump announced he's dissolved his election fraud commission after many states refused to hand over information it requested.
In a statement, the White House said that rather than engage in endless legal battles at taxpayer expense, the president has asked the Department of Homeland Security to review these issues and determine next courses of action.
But Anderson, we should point out this is, and you and I both know this is a problem going on with this president and this administration for 4 years now. Not only does the president have a problem with telling the truth, he has a problem with accepting the truth. And all the studies have shown on this subject there is no widespread voter fraud in the U.S. and there's no proven link between mail-in balloting and voter fraud.
Democrats have consistently dismissed concerns about mail-in ballot fraud as a myth or overblown.
There is no widespread voter fraud in the U.S. and there's no proven link between mail-in balloting and voter fraud.
Interviewing a Democratic operative who claims he's been fixing or manipulating mail-in ballots in multiple states for decades. The operative spoke on condition of anonymity, fearing prosecution, he said, calling himself a master at fixing ballots, telling the Post some methods are really simple, like sending a team into a neighborhood after ballots are mailed out and then knock on the doors and convince people to hand them over. The operative claims a shocking number of people actually do that, and then they can just throw out the ballots cast for the other side. He says postal workers are sometimes in on the scam, tossing loads of ballots from areas known as Republican strongholds. Another method allegedly targets nursing homes. Well, the source says he and his operatives did their dirty work in local, state, and federal elections in New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania, which, of course, is a key swing state.
There's no proven link between mail-in balloting and voter fraud.
A new investigation has found hundreds of thousands of questionable ballots sent to L.A. County voters.
We found thousands of people in L.A. County received not one, but 2 ballots in the mail. Thousands more were sent to people who moved or even died. They found in L.A. County more than 277,000 questionable ballots were mailed this election year. That's 63% of all the questionable ballots mailed statewide. It includes more than 4,800 duplicate ballots mailed to the same person, and 728 ballots mailed to people who likely have died.
CNN has done multiple fact checks on the theories of widespread mail voter fraud. They've also found no evidence that any of it is true.
When you do all mail-in voting ballots, you're asking for fraud. People steal them out of mailboxes. People print them, and then they sign them, and they give them in. And the people don't even know where they're double counted.
The U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Pennsylvania released this indictment right here against the man in the city of Philadelphia who was found to be in possession of about 15 mail-in ballots that had been stolen from Postal Service collection boxes within the area.
He has a problem with accepting the truth, and all the studies have shown on this subject there is no widespread voter fraud in the U.S. and there's no proven link between mail-in balloting and voter fraud.
The 27-year-old man, he's being charged with impersonation of a postal mail carrier. He's being charged with mail theft, possession of stolen mail.
People steal them out of mailboxes.
While pretending to be a USPS mail carrier, James stole undelivered mail from a collection box located near the Kinsiking Post Office in Philadelphia. In October of 2022, again, while pretending to be a USPS mail carrier, James stole undelivered mail from a collection box located near the East Germantown Post Office in Philadelphia. And in November of 2022, which is just last month, James possessed 3 arrow keys and approximately 15 mail-in ballots that had been stolen from USPS collection boxes. This appeared to be the man's MO. He would pretend to be a mailman while at the same time actually stealing people's mail. Local news outlets over in Philly, they were actually able to get some undercover snapshots of this man while he was in action, and you can see them up on screen for yourself. They show him at different places and in different locations, impersonating a mailman, as he actually goes about his business of robbing the neighborhood.
Jim, is Melania Trump still running a campaign telling children, online to be best? I mean, is that still, officially her thing? Because the irony of that is just, it just comes to mind. It's such a strange thing.
First one of the night. Delicious. I feel better already. Anderson made me promise not to complain about the weather because I feel like my lungs are scorched. Good.
That's the slogan coming out of her part of the White House when, it's an obvious, hypocrisy, but it's just a sad irony. The idea that is this really the best?
It's tequila.
Yes, it's our hourly toast.
It's not making it any less
Another
fun.
toast.
Cheers.
Cheers if you have at home. If you're driving, but feel free to toast along with us.
Absolutely. You know what? Everybody here seems to be having a great time. He's not a big drinker.
Is this really the best?
Woo!